talking about Sand Scholars, the Spirit Bomb. Which one, specifically, which one's the stronger Spirit Bomb, the Genki Dama? So, Mr. Sand Scholar, let's see how smart you are.
Otherwise known as the Genki Dama, or as the North Kai says, the Genki Dama Spirit Ball. Goku has used the Spirit Bomb multiple times in the story of Dragon Ball in both the main timeline, movies, and as some want to call it, the side story sequel, Dragon Ball GT. There have been misconceptions for years about which Spirit Bomb was the strongest in terms of its overall destructive power when it's formed. Some feel that the Tournament of Power Spirit Bomb is the strongest, some feel Dragon Ball GT Spirit Bomb was, some have even suggested that the Spirit Bomb vs Frieza was more powerful than the one against Kid Buu. Tons of theories.
See, that's... Well, I'll leave the GT versus Super Spirit Bomb for later in the video, but let's get to the idea that the Frieza Spirit Bomb is stronger than the Majin Buu one. That's wrong. And I can prove it by simply what it does. If Majin Buu is way beyond what Frieza is, and the Spirit Bomb that killed Majin Buu would have to be strong enough to kill him, if that one's weaker than the one that went against Frieza, then that would mean that Frieza is stronger than the one that killed Majin Buu. Now, for those of you who have found that hard to listen to, let me put it in the simplest terms I can. Majin Buu is greater than Frieza. Frieza was greater than the Spirit Bomb that beat him. Frieza's Spirit Bomb was greater than Majin Buu's Spirit Bomb, and Majin Buu's Spirit Bomb is less than Frieza. You can see how the arrows here don't quite make sense. I know you're not going to say that Frieza one's weaker than Majin Buu. In fact, you say quite the opposite. So I'll give you props for this, but just so people think that I'm not being completely unfair to you, I'm going to go ahead and give you that one. Next.
But let's dive into this today and debunk all of the false information and use the actual facts from the manga and source material to see which is the strongest.
Okay, but I better not hear any backpedaling or, as you're going to point out, headcanon from this.
First, let's talk about how the Spirit Bomb actually works and what makes it up. The Lord of Worlds specifically says the Spirit Bomb borrows energy. Energy is going to be the key term we will focus on today. Energy may sound generalizing, but it's not. It's actually very basic, and the more one tries to think about it, the more complicated it becomes. Energy is simple to explain. It's a person's fuel. When you hear the term energy in real life, it's referring to how much energy we have to perform our tasks. Sometimes we say we don't have much energy today, or we've got loads of energy. It's not asking how powerful we are. Someone asking how much energy we have isn't the same as asking someone how much they can squat. Our muscles and body answer the squat question, but in order to showcase that power or strength, we need energy, fuel.
Yes and no. See, so in Dragon Ball, when they're talking about energy, they're not talking about the actual fuel in your body. That's ridiculous. That's not an actual physical thing. When they talk about energy in Dragon Ball, they're talking about chi. Or ki, as they put in Dragon Ball. I don't quite know why they don't just go with chi. But we're going to call it ki for this example. So, why does this matter? Well, the reason why it matters is because when they say it's using energy, they mean it's using ki. The Spirit Bomb is a ball of ki. Ki is something that in Japanese lore, all things have. It's something that all living things have. So, in theory, you can pull ki from anything and use it. That's how the Genki Dama works. You ask and get the ki from the surrounding that's willing to give it. Energy, however, the stuff that you're using to explain what it is something majority only living things have. The energy to lift a dumbbell is different from the energy used to grow. Two separate things. The energy used to grow is your ki, your life force. All things have life force. But a leaf does not necessarily have the same energy to lift a dumbbell. Does that make sense? I'm hoping it does, because it's a weird kind of concept to put in. I'm not the best at doing it. I was just looking it up. It will definitely help you out a little. If I can find a good source for it, I'll definitely put it in the low bar. But yeah, I've rambled on for too much. Keep going.
This is what fighters donate to the Spirit Bomb in Dragon Ball, hence why it feels like the Earthlings have run a mile, out of breath when they give energy. It's drained them of their vitality. It's like hit points, HP in video games. If video game characters provided energy for the Spirit Bomb, it would be like using their health bar, their living energy. So is the Spirit...
No. Wrong. You see, you're sitting here saying, well, they get exhausted, therefore they're using their vital energy. Weirdly enough, vital energy means life energy. Life energy is chi, or ki. It would make sense that you'd run out of breath and you'd give your ki away, because it does weaken you. Now, you might be wondering, the outlier of this god ritual where you transfer your ki to someone else, to a saiyan, to get them into that form. Well, the idea with that is you're just kind of transferring some of your ki, not all of it. Therefore, you don't have to be exhausted in order to make someone a Super Saiyan God. But you do have to in order to give somebody enough energy to help create the Spirit Bomb, because that takes a lot of ki. We have seen times where people have given ki and not been exhausted, but within that point in time with the Sea Fighters and all that, they usually just got done with a really big fight. It's usually a last resort work, but we've seen animals definitely give ki and not be exhausted afterwards. So it doesn't necessarily exhaust you.
Bomb formed with chi, ki, or energy. In the manga, it's stated differently all of the time. Goku's gathering ki, Goku's gathering chi, Goku's gathering energy. It's all the same thing here. And let's keep it simple, the Spirit Bomb borrows energy. Stronger warriors have more chi. If they have chi, it's converted to energy somehow. Hence energy attacks and all the flashy colors we see in Dragon Ball. That's chi turned to energy. I feel the concept behind the Spirit Bomb and how it was implemented into Dragon Ball was meant to be a very straightforward one. Here's the Spirit...
Wrong. Yeah, I meant to pause you a second ago, but I figured I'd let you ramble on a little bit longer, but no. Ki attacks, or ki, it's your life energy released like that. Again, there's a difference between ki and actual energy that humans use to do daily day stuff. And, just for the sake of argument, I'll say they're the exact same thing. All that does is fuck up your point. Again, if they're all the same thing, then it will work the same as everything else. So at that point, it becomes a pointless kind of argument, does it not?
Spirit Bomb, everyone share a bit of your energy to help and watch it grow. Very simple. The Spirit Bomb was not made to suck the life out of everything until it's dead. Sure, it could, if the people donated that much. In the Buu Saga, it was emphasized it could have, but it's not a good idea to. This is why I feel the androids are a broken tool in the equation for the Spirit Bomb. Perhaps 17 and 18 just go, here you go, that's all you're getting. Selfish gits. I mean, it's not like they are going to be out of breath or out of energy, let's be perfectly honest. Now, this question's always raised about why the androids, with their unlimited energy, just didn't donate unlimited energy into the Spirit Bomb against Kid Buu. And the truth to that is, they actually probably could, and this is where...
No, they could not. As I just explained, there's a difference between the energy that you have to do daily day things and the energy that is your life energy. The androids only have so much ki, but they have unlimited energy, which they can use to replace that ki. I know it's a weird thing to think about, but again, it's not something I'm the best at explaining. The idea with the androids is they have their ki, and then they have energy which they can use instead of that.
Akira Toriyama kind of wrote himself into a corner with the concept of the Genki Dama and the concept of the androids. There's nothing we can do about it. The fact that they just don't do that in the story is not meant to make sense, because let's be honest, it would be overkill, just like Cell using the Kaioken. There's a reason Toriyama just did not make certain things happen, and unlimited android energy to fuel the Spirit Bomb was one of those things. Now why is...
Or he didn't think it 100% through. Now, with the Kaioken, I could see why with Cell, but the problem with the Kaioken is it destroys your body to a point. But at the same time, Cell kind of regenerates and all that, so it would have been better for him to do that. Now, for the androids, again, as I pointed out, they only have so much life energy. They only have so much ki. They are a living thing, therefore they are limited to the amount of ki that they have. But they do have a perpetual energy machines. Therefore, they have an unlimited amount of energy, which, once again, they can use to replace that ki. Remember, there is a difference between the energy in your body and the ki in your body. Ki is life energy, energy in this perspective I'm saying is the ability to move around and all that. These are two different things. Please stop confusing them.
Is this important? Well, it's been specifically stated that the androids do not have chi, but they have energy. So this means they don't fuel the spirit bomb with chi, but they do with their energy. And I made a video explaining androids' biological energy, so do check that out. But the concept behind it is the more chi or energy that goes into the spirit bomb, the bigger the spirit bomb becomes. The stronger the fighter, the more energy or chi they can give. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan in the Cell games could donate a larger portion of chi to make the spirit bomb bigger than, let's say, Piccolo or Namek could do. It's a...
Okay. Now, I could have already imagined that you're already sitting there going, ha, I got you. That 1 pound is enough to disprove what you just said. That's totally just taking energy used to move. Well, let's not forget that this is Piccolo we're talking about. He's not sensing their chi, but there are other people in Dragon Ball, especially in Super, that probably have chi but are not able to be sensed by them. Piccolo is not all-knowing in this world. He's allowed to say something and be wrong. For example, like when Vegeta thought that he'd be strong enough to beat Perfect Cell. Or Frieza thinking he would have been strong enough to beat Super Saiyan Goku when he came back to Earth the first time. These things happen. Just because Piccolo says they don't have chi does not necessarily mean they have chi. Which would make sense, because once again, what is chi if not one's life energy? And androids are living things. We know this. Android 18 and 17 both have their own kids. That's something only living things can do. So I think this is just a flip up or something that happened in the manga, or it could have even been through translation. Translation errors happen all the time in Dragon Ball. Like the difference, like the idea that the word for chi, ki, and energy keeps changing. That could have been a translation error. The over 9,000 was originally over 8,000. This happens all the time, so I wouldn't be shocked to find out that Piccolo's statement, they don't have chi, itself could not also be a mistranslation that was just never fixed.
A simple concept. Don't know why so many confuse it. Sure, the name Genki and Spirit doesn't make it easier either, but the fact the manga actually states chi and energy is gathered, that's all we need to know. I see it like this. Remember the energy Babidi's henchmen stole from Gohan? Well, whatever was in that suction device would be the juice for the spirit bomb. It's basically their fuel to use their power.
They took his chi, you weirdo. They took his life energy. It's why he was weakened. I don't know why I need to explain that to you. And they specifically said they needed chi in order to revive Babidi. It's why when Goku and Vegeta are fighting, they're able to get so much more powerful chi from them.
So now we actually understand how the spirit bomb works. Many of you did, I'm sure, but there's many who kind of confused it. It's time to compare the spirit bombs. Now, for the purposes of this video, I will be comparing primarily the Namek Spirit Bomb, Kid Buu Spirit Bomb, Tournament of Power Spirit Bomb, and the Universal Spirit Bomb from GT.
At this point, I'm probably going to
the anime of the Tournament of Power. The Dragon Ball Super Spirit Bomb in the Tournament of Power was never in the manga. But when Goku requests energy, let's count who provided energy for the Spirit Bomb. Android 17, Android 18, Frieza, Gohan, Piccolo, Tien, Roshi, Krillin. Everyone apart from Vegeta. I need to debunk something real fast, and that is the content of the Spirit Bomb energy. Now, there's a reason why the Spirit Bomb here is the size that it is from only 8 individuals. 8 friggin' fighters. Only 8. These individuals are extremely powerful and their energy is far greater than the average Joe. Now if we look at the Spirit Bomb used against Kid Buu, that was the combination of not just a few strong fighters on Earth, including Gohan, but millions upon millions of humans who contributed some of their energy. But when we look at the one in the Tournament of Power, it's the size it is because the 8 fighters of Universe 7 are much stronger now, meaning they can fuel the Spirit Bomb with more energy. And as I said, 17 could probably donate as much as he wanted, but it would be broken. Now we have to debunk the strength of the Spirit Bomb in Dragon Ball Super. Look, I'm a fan of theories from many, but when it comes to something as obvious as this, I don't know why a small portion have this motivation to defend and say the Spirit Bomb against Jiren is the strongest ever because it's used against Jiren. Some may believe that, but it really doesn't hold up. And I'm not here to force those...
Okay, I'm back. I was going to do something earlier, but I had a brain farted and completely forgot what I was going to say. So, this is their starting point. And I'll go through my points a little bit later, but let's deal with this. Why do people think that the spirit bomb used against Jiren is the strongest? Mostly because it is, but let's use some facts here for a minute. So you're about to say that we don't know for a fact that the spirit bomb was god level because there's no god key in it. That's true and false. No, there was no god key specifically in it, but we know it was god level because lots of the gods of destruction were like, oh shit, look at that thing. That thing is ridiculous. Now, usually that wouldn't really matter because there could easily just be saying, oh, look, that mortal is ridiculously powerful. We've never seen any of that's wrong. But there's two problems with this. One, Belmont himself was comparing the spirit bomb to Jiren. And Jiren himself was stated to be beyond that of a god of destruction. So in order for the spirit bomb to be able to hurt something like Jiren, who is beyond god of destruction level, the spirit bomb would have to be, if you got what I'm saying right now, I probably don't have to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. It would have to make the spirit bomb at least god of destruction level for it to do any damage, which will make sense because we see Goku later attacking this guy and him blocking him with his fingers, with one finger blocking God Goku. Do you understand what this means? Do you understand how much more powerful that would have to make Jiren? Like, you think Goku's gonna sit there and throw a universal attack at someone who can block his godly level punches with one finger? No. He's gonna create this thing, and the only reason why he's gonna use it is if he thinks it will do something. Which it doesn't.
Those guys to change their views. I'm merely here presenting the truth so they can choose if they want to be ignorant or want to be brave and learn something new based on the history of the Genki Dam.
You're fucking clever. This is why I had to make this video. You're gonna sit there and tell us either we're being ignorant or we're being smart and listening to what you say. Again, you're wrong. Even if we sit there and say that the spirit bomb has no god energy, which I am more than willing to admit because it never states that it has god energy, that does not mean it's not god destruction level. Again, if Jiren's on that level, it was suggested to do harm to it, which not only Goku thought it would do, but multiple gods of destruction, including some angels, thought it would have to at least be on the god of destruction level. There you go. It is a godly level threat. Therefore, it is a godly level spirit bomb.
As usage, the more energy that goes into it, the bigger the spirit bomb gets. The bigger it is.
No. I know what you're about to say. You're about to say the bigger it is, the stronger it is. And no, that is 100% absolutely wrong. For you to say that's how it works is your own headcanon. We know that's not true because one's ki is strong, can be stronger than someone else's ki in potential to its size. For example, as I pointed out earlier, Frieza's finger beam is stronger than Goku's Kamehameha. Specifically, the Kamehameha that he used all the way up to the Namek Saga. Frieza's finger beam would have been able to slice through it, cancel it out, and kill Goku with ease. The Kamehameha is bigger than Frieza's finger beams. Now, you're going to sit there and say, well, the spirit bomb doesn't use regular chi, it uses energy. But as I've been pointing out this whole video, ki is life energy. What they're giving to the spirit bomb is their life energy. They are giving their ki to the spirit bomb. Therefore, it would necessarily have to follow the rules of every other attack. Every other ki related attack. The Kamehameha, the Gatling gun, Special Beam Cannon, Masisco, all of them. You name it. They all follow the same rule. The more powerful the person, the more powerful their ki, the more powerful the attack. Why would that be any different for the spirit bomb? It'd actually be more headcanon to say that it was a size thing only, rather than the power of the person in it. I know I sound like I'm getting angry right now, but that's because you're sitting here acting like you yourself are the absolute authority on this when you don't even get the basics of how it works. Next.
The more powerful it is. It's an undeniable fact. It's always been this way. We've seen small spirit bombs and how it's always portrayed that the larger spirit bombs were meant for the bigger villains because you guessed it, more energy goes into it. It's the
Is that really how it works, or is it the fact that they just happen to get bigger as it goes on? You don't think it's a little bit of coincidence at that point? Make it look more impressive. Really? That don't even use it for, like, if Goku were to sit there and make a spirit bomb with just him and Vegeta and Frieza, you want to sit there and tell me that that small one that they make would be weaker than the one that he was made against Majin Buu? When all three of those people alone would be more powerful enough to wipe out the entire cast of Dragon Ball Z by themselves. Is that really what you're going to go with? Because that really sounds like what you're going with, and it is wrong. Undisputably wrong.
Combination of energy, meaning it's all added together, collected energy, glued together if you want to think of it that way. It's a weak, flawed theory that the Tournament of Power Spirit Bomb is a godly spirit bomb. And that's all it is. It's a plain old headcanon theory for preference. There is nothing ever stated that the Spirit Bomb in the Tournament of Power is godly level energy as a whole.
Except, by Whis, Beerus, Belmod, his angel, who I can't remember the name of, the Grand Priest, who was convinced that it might do something to Zeno. I don't know exactly what he was expecting to, but he put up a barrier, so he was clearly somewhat concerned for Zeno. So it's not even all just statements. There are actual people actually reacting to this thing who are way beyond the godly level. You're going to sit there and tell me that this is not a godly level attack? I'm really starting to doubt that you even watched the show.
Whole just because Frieza and Android 17 gave their energy and they can match Super Saiyan Blue. Nothing is ever stated saying the Spirit Bomb has denser, godly energy. Nothing. That is all headcanon theory and totally ignores how the Spirit Bomb actually works. It's just a plain old Spirit Bomb with tons of energy from only 8 fighters who are stronger. That is it. Unless someone wants to find me the official source material that the Spirit Bomb is anything different from any other Spirit Bomb in the past in terms of what it is. Go and find me the official material. Bring it. I'll happily
How about you show me the material that states that the Spirit Bomb is different from any other base chi attack besides from the fact that you can gather your chi from other people? Yeah, you refuse to show that information. You're going to sit there and tell us that we have to prove to you that you're wrong off guides when you yourself can't even prove that you're right with guides. At this point, I do want to tell you to just go fuck off, but I don't think you're even going to watch this video, to be honest.
accept it. Otherwise, those guys can go and have fun with that little theory and those little god key shackles around their legs.
It's not a theory. This is undeniable a fact. The Spirit Bomb against Jiren was beyond godly. Again, we look at how strong Jiren is and what all the other gods of destruction and angels say and react, including the Grand Priest. The only liable idea here is that it is at least a godly level thing. Where to be able to threaten, even in the minds of people, that it could hurt Jiren, for the people who knew Jiren, it has to be that level.
When we compare all of these Spirit Bombs, they all pale in comparison to the Universal Spirit Bomb in Dragon Ball GT. Now, the Dragon Ball GT Universal Spirit Bomb is called the Universal Spirit Bomb for a reason. They are not trying to fool you. We even see Pan recognize the planets that the energy came from. The Spirit Bomb was an absolute giant and was needed to defeat Omega Shenron. In GT, it stated Goku took everything from the Earthlings, not just a bit like the Kid Buu Spirit Bomb, but everything. And he's insinuating that the Spirit Bomb is potentially already stronger than the one against Kid Buu. And it makes sense. Omega is the final villain of GT. It's comparing the levels of Genki Dama power needed. And Goku refers to this level of power past the Kid Buu Spirit Bomb as an itty bit. An itty bit which will never defeat Omega. But when the Universal Genki Dama is formed, Omega can't even touch it. He can't even try and hold it to resist it. It ate him alive. And when comparing the Spirit Bombs to the GT Universal Spirit Bomb, I'm not lying, I couldn't even fit it on the same image. But if you notice this image in the background, these are skyscrapers. But I want you to think about this, just for a second. How big one of those skyscrapers or buildings should be compared to the size of Goku, Frieza and Kid Buu in these other Spirit Bombs. Do you see the truth here? Do you see the undeniable truth that makes the GT Universal Spirit Bomb the most powerful, most amazing Genki Dama in the history?
Okay, there's a lot there that's just wrong. It's just milked with all the wrong in the world. One, the title Universal Spirit Bomb has absolutely bum kiss to do with the amount of power that Spirit Bomb has. If you were going down that route, that would make the Universal Spirit Bomb weaker than the bomb that destroyed Majin Buu, or at least relatively as strong. Because again, Majin Buu was a universal threat. Therefore, the Universal Spirit Bomb in GT would be equal to Majin Buu. We know this is wrong, because Omega Shenron would have been able to beat a Goku that's thousands upon thousands of times stronger than that Goku. So the word universal is not meant to describe the amount of power in it so much as the way it was made, gathering energy from the whole universe. Let's say for a second, even if we went with that idea, that would only hurt your argument. Super Saiyan God Goku was so powerful that 1/3 of his power, while holding back, was enough to threaten the entire macrocosm of Dragon Ball, at least the 7th universe. Are you going to sit there and tell me that this Universal Spirit Bomb is weaker than Super Saiyan Blue Goku? Because if that's the case, then guess what? It has nothing on what was it used against Jiren. By the way that this works, it has nothing on Jiren. No. Let's sit here and be fair with it. This Spirit Bomb should be able to hurt. It was able to kill with ease Omega Shenron, who at his full power was threatening the entire macrocosm of the 7th universe. So that would make this thing 100 times stronger than Omega Shenron. Well, guess what? In Dragon Ball Super, we sit there and we take Goku, which absorbed his god form into his base ki, making him at least equal to Omega Shenron. We throw a 100-time multiplier on him. Bam. We got Super Saiyan Blue Goku in the Frieza saga. Not the revival arc. You know what I'm talking about. Goku, which then get thousands of times stronger than that. Thousands upon thousands of times stronger. And his punches alone were not able to touch Jiren. What does this say? It means Jiren is thousands upon thousands of times stronger than this Spirit Bomb. And you're gonna sit there and tell me that just because this Spirit Bomb's bigger, it makes it more powerful? That's ridiculous.
History of Dragon Ball. The only way I could describe the difference here between the Tournament of Power Spirit Bomb to the GT Spirit Bomb is comparing Earth to Jupiter, where it's actually pretty darn close. Jupiter is stated to be able to fit 1,300 Earths inside thereabouts. That much more volume. And because we're a fandom of multipliers, let's lowball this to a whopping 1,000 times multiplier of the Dragon Ball Super Spirit Bomb. You'll have to tell me, how do you think Jiren would have managed against a 1,000 times power of the Spirit Bomb he faced?
Easily. Very fucking easily. Are you kidding me? And again, that's you assuming that just because it's bigger that makes it stronger. We know that's not true. Key attacks do not work on this way, where it's just bigger equals stronger. If that was the case, then Kamehameha would have been nothing against Frieza. Nothing! Or at least at the very least, there's not all of Frieza's big deadly attacks that people give to him would be useless. Even a basic Ki blast is bigger than those things. What in the 13 layers of fuck are you talking about?
Do you think the Dragon Ball GT's Universal Spirit Bomb has been downplayed for years? Did you even really know it was this size in comparison? Let me know any other information you've got, Scholars and Warriors, because today's winner, without a shadow of a doubt, is the Universal
Jiren Spirit Bomb. Yes, I'm going to cut you off there, because, again, as I've said twice already, fuck you. You clearly have no idea how this attack works. You don't understand at all. I've watched GT. I grew up on GT. I watched Super. I've enjoyed Super. I've watched them both compare to each other. I know how these things work. GT is nowhere near the level of what Super is. For you to sit there and tell me that the GT Spirit Bomb is stronger than the Super Spirit Bomb against Jiren would be to say that Jiren is weaker than Omega Shenron. That's simply not the case. Well, that will be it for now. I'm gonna get going before I lose brain cells